Hi everyone and welcome to today's class. Boxing Day. So maybe you feel a little tired or even exhausted, and not necessarily only because you might have been staying up late after all these or with all these celebration and of the festive season, family gatherings, etc. Maybe you're currently not even at home but staying elsewhere. And of course, this can also be sometimes mentally and emotionally exhausting, because sometimes, especially with family gatherings, but also with friends that you might have not seen frequently, or like old friends because you're visiting somewhere, staying elsewhere, that these people have a different version of you in mind and not your current one. And this can be sometimes very exhausting because they may want that old version of you back, but you, well, you've grown. So sometimes that can also lead to conflict. And of course, sometimes just a lot of joy, a lot of happiness can also be tiring at some point. Okay, I hope you had a great Christmas or festive season, whatever you were celebrating, and we see what we can do for our physical body to process all these energies and get back into center. It's cold, but with all these knitwear, I finally finished it as I promised. Yeah, so if you can knit a scarf, you can perfectly do this, and also do this. Yes, I indulged myself with a little extra here. That's not as easy, but also not very difficult. But you know, this simple thing is something that you can make. That's just a scarf. Okay, so on the feet. Little toes in line with the hip muscle line, little fingers in line with your shoulders, nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line. Sit bones together, and then it's like a big fountain coming through the center of your head, crown of the head. And we sink the ribs together, navel towards your spine, knees and elbows relaxed, and here we go, starting with the reaffirmation of the upper arms, working our way around the arms. You've got your shoulder blades parallel, and now you just turn your arms loosely. Yes, so if you can't get to this, no problem, because tensing the shoulders is no option, so to wherever you can go, it's perfect, and the little top fingers towards your thumbs. You only think this, the energy still leaves through your fingertips, through your heels and toes, big toe, little toe and heel. That's where we're supported on the floor, and energy fountain through the head. Okay, relaxing. Okay, one more time. Forwards and little fingers towards the thumbs, lengthening, lengthening up, and releasing. Okay, so now that we've been working here, we work the other side, so with palms, again, relax, palms facing backwards, and now the thumbs towards the little fingers, and everything's long, lengthening. Really, really visualize the length. Don't push or pull, whatever, no tension. Try to really think sit bones, navel, and then you notice the strength in your lower body, and then send it up, lengthening and releasing. And we'll do this one more time. Breathing in, on the out breath, lengthening, thumbs towards the little fingers, everything's long, relaxing, and relaxing. Okay, with that same muscle coordination, we go to at the end of the mat, lengthening and slowly lowering. Just relax. Just let everything hang loosely. Of course, you're not expected to be able to do this. You just relax your knees and you can put some books or yoga blocks or a chair underneath, no problem. You're not expected to have a straight back or anything, right? You can be you, and that's good enough. Okay, so from here, breathe in, wherever you are, yes. On the out breath, lengthening and releasing. Breathing in, and again, lengthening, lengthen, and coming back, breathing in, and lengthening, and releasing. Just let the energy flow back, blood flowing back, yes. Okay, now we'll repeat this. You look at the middle finger and you're describing the biggest possible circle upwards and downwards. Your arm is just floating because it's all about the lengthening and the turning of the upper body, right? So from here, breathe in, wherever you are, yes, you can be here, on the out breath, lengthening, and now I'm looking at the middle finger. Very slowly, my eyes follow that middle finger. You're not expected to be able to do all this. You get to where you get, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so middle finger, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Visualize the legs in the upper body, and energy through fingertips and head, navel in, and floating down. In breath, lengthening with the out breath, slowly floating up. Breathing in and lengthening. Down we go, lengthening, lengthening. Okay, breathing in and on the out breath, lengthening. Up and lengthen, lengthening down. Letting it float, and just bend and let the energy flow down. Wow. Okay. The next exercise, the stability exercise, we do parts of it. I'm not stretching out fully yet. Of course you can do that if you know the exercise or you feel confident, yes. But we do it, as you know, because the inner stability in our lower back and hip helps us to manifest or to create this in our reality. And we need this, I'm sure, or we could use it. So, same thing starts exactly the same. What you do now, your hips are parallel to the floor, making sure that your elbow go into that direction, because otherwise outwards they would tense the shoulder. Now you're just bending one leg. The other one can be bent, you know, you can be here, no problem, okay? But trying to be length to lengthen, just visualize the length. Visualize the length, navel in, and down we go. You visualize longer, yes, all the lines. And then you may notice a little bit more space. If there is more space, or as long as you feel there is more space, you're creating more space, you keep going. If you notice you're done or nothing changes anymore, then change next. So it can take, or it may take, a little bit longer on one side than on the other. Okay. Wow. Great, yes, I'm really warm, which is brilliant. So, lengthening. You can only suggest this with really keeping warm, so helpful. Lengthening and release. Click, that was contraction. Okay, so other side. Lengthening. Long behind your neck, that's really, really important. So if you wish, you could now lengthen the upper leg, yes? That's the other option. Okay, so yeah, just relax the back, okay, and see how the body feels. Okay, so give your back a little massage if you like. Maybe you want to stretch out. This is to find out if there is anything that feels weird. If there is any tension or pain, yes, if there is tension, massage of it, like here, nerve endings in my arm hand or other hand, lengthening, massaging, lengthening. If you always do that for a couple of minutes or like even a minute, also during the day sometimes, it will make a difference. Yeah, it will make a difference over time. And my favorite is this one, of course, head down, elbows close, and just here we go. Relaxing. Just relaxing. Okay, good. Alright, so what are we doing now? We're doing the balance. Okay, so maybe wanting to take the socks off to be sure we're not sliding. So, the first option is, and I'm suggesting that you try all of them, it's always a good idea to notice, you know, not necessarily the more or supposedly more difficult version is really more difficult, okay? So the little fingers in line with the elbows and in line with the heels, and then we're lengthening, meaning energy through the head, through the toe, the heels, and relax. Breathing in, and here we go, lengthening, long, and relax. Okay, I'll do it one more time. Lengthening here, so it's not holding. Holding will be there, yeah? Shortening, basically. Lengthen. Sink long, especially behind your neck. I know I'm repeating myself. But with all this, yeah, here, laptop, computer work, screen, whatever, lengthen. Keep lengthening. Straight. Very important. Okay. So, second option, plank position. So you've got your little fingers in line with the little toes, lengthening here, and release. Breathing in. On the out breath, keep lengthening through the head, through the heels, not the elbows are relaxed. Yes. Okay, so we've got one more, lengthening, and releasing. Okay, just relaxing the back or have the blood flow back. In case you are bored, there are certain variations that you can try if you like. Yes? So from here, you can lengthen one leg. You can also do that in the plank position, on the underarms, lengthening. Part of the energy just goes through the heel, right? So you can also, from here, turn your feet a little bit, be careful, biggest possible circle, yeah, and up. Not too far, not too high, not too far back, lengthen, because you want to use your straight abs as well. Now, biggest possible circle to come down, back down, wants to stay up, biggest possible circle, careful with your feet, lengthening, and coming back, always lengthening even more. And now I will see if I can do it in balance. So make sure that you are well anchored on your foot. So you can do that. Lengthening. And see other side. I'm not sure, you know, that's where the contractions are in the lower back and in hip, but yes, no problem. Carefully, well, lengthening, that's the most important thing, lengthening and releasing. Okay. Wow. Okay, that was more intense than I expected, but as the guide said, we need to find back into our center, relaxing the back, and that's why. And that's also why they are now coming up with another balance backwards. Okay, so we're getting it. I was not expecting so much strength because in winter we should be working a little bit less, no? As you know, less flexibility, less strength, less speed. So, on the underarms, first of all, legs together. You can also bend them. Now, breathing in. On the out breath, lengthening and lower. Okay, so one more time, breathing in. On the out breath, lengthen and lower. Okay, I do one more. Nothing here, lengthen, yeah, that's really important. And the success of this exercise is this length. Getting up is not so much more, as you will notice when you do it, right? Okay, so you can also do it here. Make sure that your little fingers are in line with your elbows and your shoulders, very important. And of course you can bend, right? So breathing in. On the out breath, lengthening and releasing. I have still my elbows relaxed, yeah? Even if it looks like I'm stretching my arms, I am relaxed with my elbows. And I'm focusing on lengthening behind my back. If you wish, you can do that with your legs bent, up, okay. And now, if you like, you can lengthen one leg and then you lengthen it even more going down, but sending even more energy every time through that center of the body, phantom, visualization. Yeah, that's the most important thing, because that's the thing that stabilizes the body. Lengthen and lower. Breathing in. Feel your way through the body. Yeah, lengthen and lower. Okay. And again, up and back and lower. Yes. On the other side, it's a little bit more difficult. It's unaffected, but here it affects. Yeah. That's where the contractions come in. Okay. Don't know if you heard it. Click, click. That's it. And relaxing. So I'm trying to lengthen, to send the energy out, because that's what we can do. Yes, just relaxing the back now. Okay, so what's next? Yeah, it's interesting. We're now doing rolling up, down and over in the center line, which means again, center, center, center. So strength from the center. Maybe you need to stand up for yourself. Let me know in the comments. That's all that is about, right? Okay, so first of all, a version for newbies, and then afterwards a little bit more flexible version, and you can choose whatever you like to do. Okay, so the legs are here, they are bent in. We have the hands behind the neck, behind the head, and you think from the sit bones to your head like a big, big possible circle, lengthening everything here. Breathing in, on the out breath, lengthening, and push a little bit with your head against the hands, lowering down. Okay, breathing in. On the out breath, lengthening, coming up, and breathing in. On the out breath, lengthening. That's the technique for the abs, right? So we make sure that we're really working here, down here, and not up somewhere. Okay, so here we go with the exercise. Lengthening, coming up, Now you grab your thighs with one arm or both, depending on how you feel here. Yes, if you need support or not. Now lengthening, and as contracted as you need it here, but as lengthened as possible. So you think length for as much as you can, then trying to come up here as straight as you possibly can. You notice that wiggling your sit bones and up to your head, relaxing, elbows close to your body, coming up to that center again, sit bones, head, lengthening in between your pubic bone and your navel, thinking long, yes, and this is how you lengthen again. It's all about lengthening. Then now you bend in, coming up here, and you can also bend your legs, of course, you don't have to stretch them. And then if you can, and if there's no problem here, and you're not worried, yeah, very important, then you can go over for a moment, lengthening here, and coming back, lengthening. If you can't, you just think long and long, and we'll be back in a second, and no time, like I want to say. And then again, sliding out, foot massage for as much as you can, coming up, over, up, and lower. Okay, so make sure this is your reset point, and then coming up. Okay, so if you are a little bit more flexible, you can actually, from here or here, wherever you want to be, and I like the very first one I like to start here with the little fingers in line with the shoulders, describing the biggest possible circle here, seeing, checking that I am in alignment, but then I leave my arms here or here, okay? So now massage as long as you can, making sure that your nose is in line with your big toes and everything else in between, yeah? Lengthening, lengthening here. Now lengthening forward and release, and then coming back and coming back up and slowly down as long as you can, right? And bending in and coming up and back as you wish. You can always bend your legs, no staying there, navel in, all weight is here, there's no weight on your head. But if there's any doubt, as I'm saying, yes, no, don't do it. From here, lengthening up and again, okay? At the very end, we're doing 3 repetitions, my guides say now, by the way. The very end, if you like, you can center here, all your weight, lengthen one leg, and then it comes up to wherever you can. Of course, this would be the maximum, yeah? Now, lengthening, and I'm meaning my upper body actually. That's more important than the leg. Same principle as what we had when we were doing the legs up with the last exercise, yeah? Okay, so choose your version. Anything in between as that you can imagine is as well fine, yes? You just think long, and whatever that physical expression may be is fine, okay? So I'm doing the second one, so lengthening and really go in your own speed 3 times, and then we've got the legs here, or taking a little break if you like, yeah? So go really slowly to see where you can have more length and visualize more length. Okay, up and bend, slowly lengthening, whatever that means. You can have bent legs, no problem. And now stay here, or just one time, lengthening, coming back, bending in again, think along through the upper body, through the back, but rounding navel in, lengthening, long, and long. Coming back and slowly back. much, because that may lead to some tension in your, well, neck. Lengthen. When you're not sure, take one hand there, yes. Slide up again, so time, foot massage, lengthening no strain in the shoulders, it's all here. Go so slowly that you really notice you are working from the center. And lengthening. And in, up, and over, and coming back, or lengthening, and now we're doing the circle. Well, part of circle, right? So lengthening through the head, just let it flow. Let it flow. Center, working from the center. Working from the center. No strain on your upper body. Let the legs float. Yeah? Navel in the sit bones. Have all the weight there. And then we go lengthening. And lengthening. Up. And lengthening. And now slowly back if you're not already. If you're new, you know it's fine if you take a little break. Always to keep up the concentration, relaxing, and also your attention to be able to feel your body. Okay, a little bit more, whatever you need for your mat. Yes, don't copy me, listen to your own body. If it's heard, it will speak to you, okay? That's the interesting thing. Right, and if it does something weird, like mine now, and that feels good, just allow it to do that. Okay, and I show that we do a little leg exercise on the back, and if you notice in between that you are getting cold and now we're not doing any balance or something, get your socks back on. It's always fine. And make sure you don't have anything to stop you underneath so you can really slide over the floor, right? Okay, so now for this leg lengthening exercise, I don't want to say stretching because your knees always stay relaxed, and we use the muscle coordination, sit bones, heel. That's the lengthening that we visualize because we're working from this center, sit bones, and neck. Okay, so you've got your center line here. Your body is the parallel lines at the side, then your arms all parallel, little toes in line with your hip or muscle line, whatever's wider. And then you just slide out your leg, right leg. Now energy through the heel and coming up. Yes, and your leg could be bent, sit down here, right? And you bend it in and you sink the energy out of your knee, which makes all the difference in your hip joint. It's not coming in, it's about lengthening and about the energy coming through the knee. And lengthening and up and in. And one more, so you four all together. And you always think your upper body long, main energy through your head and bend. Okay, changing legs. Now left leg, lengthen and up. Yeah, and I was wondering, they really show me we're doing the very basic one. Little toes in line with your hip or muscle line. If you get to see your leg when it's coming up, always check the line and always assure that there's more energy going through your upper body than is is going through your legs, okay? Otherwise, your hips will be out of line. When you're unsure, you can put your hands there to see what happens. If you put too much energy through your head and through your leg, then of course, you know, it will twist, right? Towards the leg, which gets all the energy. So that was the fourth one, I think. Put my arms again here. Now the leg goes up in the air, and it can be, this is relaxed anyway, but it can be really bent. So whatever you can do, no problem. Important thing is to watch the alignment and to have the alignment sit bone heel in mind, which is also where we stop now, not on the floor, and then you bend, but energy out of the knee, not bending in, right? And coming up again, and lengthening, and bending in. And I do two more, lengthening, navel in. Always when you arrive at your destination for that moment, feel a little bit throughout the entire body. So like when I've got this lengthen here, the length here, lengthen through the upper body, through the heel, and feel that length for a moment. Yeah, to see if there is, at some point, a little bit more length possible. Other leg. So 4 times, lengthen. Let it float. Feel the strength in your center and the security that the leg has, because it's held here. This is where it's held. So it can float. And lengthen. Lengthening, and in, one more, and lengthening, up, and right. Okay, the guides say that you just do what you need to finish the class, whatever that is. We're good. We did good. Okay, yes, so thank you very, very much for taking part in today's class. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. Also, we've got a weekly energy weather forecast on YouTube, Hike About It, and on Instagram you find a daily dose from the guides. I hope you feel as great and as serene as I feel now in my body, and I wish you a beautiful week until the next one. Lots and lots of love, all the best for the end of the year, and I'll see you in